between the Binance guys, finally, and the Rebadus guys. And while they were walking out of the meeting, one of them now approached those who represented Binance that all this could go, can go away if you give us $150 million. 201 billion naira bribe. So but today, good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Maiyegun live. The moment I mentioned Binance, I believe it is not new to a lot of you here. When Thiefnubu's Kadobi was busy blaming everyone but themselves for the devaluation of Naira and the eventual destruction of that currency, Thiefnubu took Nigeria Naira from 500 Naira official rate to 1,900 Naira in a space of 6 months. Everything collapsed. But Kadobi was busy pointing fingers. They picked the man they said was the mastermind behind the leasing of the Nigeria Central Bank, and that is the former Emefiole. Now, in the process of their kangaroo investigation of Emefiole, the man that gave the directive, that gave the order for all of the stealing that took place, Mumumadu Bokwari, remained free, just as many other rogues that looted Nigeria for 8 years. They are walking free. So when the theater of Emefiole's trial was going on, it was convenient to blame him. But they were so cowardice about it that they couldn't even mention Bokwari, none of them. Now fast forward to Kadobi trying to find solution to Nigeria economy. Then they came up, they said, oh, when we were investigating Emefiole, we discovered that some people moved $15 billion through Binance. Who are that some people? Do they have names? No, we don't know their names. We're just going to ask Binance to give us the back-end login of all the details of all Nigerians that have used their platform in the last 5 years. I mean, these guys decided to go and meet with, the government. Can we have those people you are suspecting? And we can look into how or which of them used our platform. And for your information, sir, the entire trade, the entire trading on Binance worldwide in 2023 was just 21 billion. And the most transacted from Nigeria was about $600 million. So if some people stole 15 billion, and you are very sure that they actually moved that through Binance, which none of our record shows, we are happy to help. No, they went straight to the market. The propagandists. These are the reason why Nigeria Naira crashed. Not because there is no electricity. not because there is no security, not because Nigeria has nothing, is actually offering the rest of the world right now than the crude oil, which they have completely stolen for themselves. Not because of this, because some people transacted through Binance and they used that to buy time. You know the whole story at the end of the day. They now came up and said, well, since India fined them 4 billion, United States fined them $5 billion. United Kingdom fined them 1.8 billion pounds. Then let us just fine Binance $10 billion and boom, they kidnapped those who came to negotiate with them. Pretty much like demanding for ransom. They now demanded for 10 billion naira if Binance wanted their executives back. So the conversation is still ongoing. The Binance has been banned in Nigeria, and yet Nigeria Naira is still in that state of coma. Maybe not true. I mean, finally dead. Some will say it is dead. Maiyegun, stop sugarcoating it. Well, depends on which side of the of the coin you are. But the guy is blaming or looking for who to blame, using the misery and the problems that they have already created to further milk you dry. According to the CEO of Binance, I'll read this out. So, according to the CEO, he said, however, as our employees were leaving the venue, they were approached by unknown persons who suggested to them to make a payment in settlement of the allegation. Later that day, our local council, representing us at that time, was summoned by the committee through someone purporting to be their agent, who relayed the committee's terms and instructed our local council to advise us. Council responded back that he had been presented with a demand for a significant payment in cryptocurrency to be paid in secret within 48 hours to make these issues go away, and that our decision was expected by the morning. Our team grew increasingly concerned about their safety in Nigeria and immediately departed. We, of course, declined the payment demand via our council, not viewing it to be a legitimate settlement offer, and clarified that we would engage in a settlement negotiation on the following conditions. Binance needs to see the relevant position and or the details of all allegations. Any settlement must be official, recorded in writing, and signed by all relevant parties. Any settlement must encompass all relevant agencies and be in full and final settlement of all allegations, including any potential historic tax liabilities, if applicable, with guarantees. While the exact terms of any settlement may have to remain private, there would have to be some public acknowledgement that a resolution has been reached. There should be no public hearing before the committee. Our contractors and employees are not to be intimidated, harassed, or detained. This is their position, okay? So they said this secret agent was demanding for $150 million in cryptocurrency as a bribe. Remember that part of why you should treat anyone who tells you that you should be patient with a Thiefnubu one, or anyone who kind of stands before you and say he's an APC, a Gbekegbe person, just know that you should treat them like mad people, insane people, okay? And this is why. some of us managed to dig into their fake manifesto that Thiefnubu himself probably had no clue about what they put in there. Remember that Bokwari banned cryptocurrency in Nigeria, but Emefiole, Malamu, Isa pandemic, all of them still had different cryptocurrencies app on their phones, while they ban it from you. I mean, from you, right? So when Thiefnubu and his gang, when they were putting together the lies that they called the renewed shege that you are facing now, they actually put it in that manifesto, page 51, where Thiefnubu said, I mean, his guys, they said, blockchain, right? We will reform government policy to encourage the prudent use of blockchain technology in finance and banking, identity management, revenue collection, and use of crypto assets. As part of our reforms, we establish an advisory committee to review the existing regulatory environment governing blockchain technology and virtual asset, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, this was Thiefnubu's manifesto, okay? So immediately Kadobi came. Meanwhile, before that, there were some of these guys who called themselves tech boys, tech bros. Those ones who are building all this ecosystem for, payment system, transaction and stuff like that, for brands, for businesses. They call them the tech bros. Some of them started telling themselves that the reasons why they wanted Thiefnubu to be their president, your president, was because Thiefnubu was going to unban crypto. And true to it, immediately they came in, they announced that, they are unbanning cryptocurrency. And that clown in the Ministry of Communication, I can't remember his name, it's a bunch of joke like that, right? So the guy then started organizing what they called training Nigerians on how to use cryptocurrency. That's a ministry project too. While they were recruiting people they want to train, and they are like, it's there putting pictures, all of that, all this, on social media. And some of these young APC, Abobakuwiris, they were jumping up and down. Man, I can't wait to begin to make money from cryptocurrency. Then Kadobi just pulled the card. Ban cryptocurrency in Nigeria. Ban P2P in Nigeria. Ban Binance in Nigeria. All at the same time. You see all of them, we say they build their ecosystem around that, making some money. Now they are looking on how to either relocate or leave Nigeria, or go and learn how to drive down for. No joke. All of them, they are feeling it right now. But these criminals they were demanding for bribe in cryptocurrency. Yes, that's what they were demanding. 150 million, $250 million, 201 billion naira. While some of you are still waiting what Nigeria government is going to do to them for destroying Nigeria naira. While you are still dealing with that, just look at these 4 breaking news. All of these were in the last 7 days in Nigeria. Okay? Nigeria may reintroduce telecom tax in order to obtain new $750 million World Bank loan. Right? Now, that one was like a few days ago. Another one, federal government direct banks to deduct stamp duty charges on mortgages. Kodimeji, Leketa, which is yesterday. Cyber security levy. Central bank orders banks, PSPs, to begin collection and remittance. Straight up. That one is 0.5%. That is that. And then the last one, bank resume processing charges on large deposits. You see all of these. These are what has caused a lot of reactions, especially among Nigerians who are acting surprised. Abba, what? Because currently, ladies and gentlemen, currently, the Nigeria government, including Thiefnubu's government, is charging Nigerians. When you add this current one now, okay, they are charging Nigerians the following taxes, right? And they are not like other taxes like income tax or that. So these are just like direct from your bank or anyhow they can get it from you, right? So cyber security levy, 0.5%. According to the bank record or banking record from last year, transactions back and forth between banks and customers and in all of that was put to a total of 616 trillion naira. You know what that means? It means like as the money is moving from year to year, you have it here, move there again, move there, transaction and all that. The total trade, transaction volume in Nigeria in 2023 was put at over 600 trillion. Now that's a lot of money that Thiefnubu and gang have decided to milk. Now take a look at this your screen, right? So the directive here, or before I even come on to the circular, all right? So what that simply means is this. They said they want to charge you for cyber security levy. So cyber security levy, because social media is a national threat, a national security threat in Nigeria. And they need to empower the Office of Ribadu, National Security Advisor to Thiefnubu. So to empower the Office of Ribadu, they need that 0.5% from your bank transaction when you send money to anybody. Okay? So by so doing, the NSA office, Ribadu's office alone, will have access to a whopping sum of 3 trillion naira. Do you understand that? 3 trillion naira cool cash for Ribadu. It is like a security vote. It's unaccounted for, just so you know. Okay? However, the following are what they are already taking. You are already being charged what they call the transfer fee. You are already being charged card maintenance fee every month. You're already being charged card issuance fee, value added tax, which is the VAT. You're already being charged stamp duties. You're already being charged short messaging service, SMS, by your banks. Then you also have a VAT on SMS from your bank. You also have outflow, inflow fees, whatever that means. Outflow, inflow fee. You also have the USSD charges. For those of you who are making payments in dollars on something, they are charging you some fee on that. Now, just for some clarity, okay, the current one which the Central Bank of Nigeria just released, take your time and read that circular, okay? I'll come back to it. So the cyber security levy is for somebody who is sending money, okay? So it is 50 naira when you send 10,000 naira. Sorry, when you send 1,000 naira, they will take 5 naira. When you send 10,000 naira, they will take 50 naira from you. So they will also charge you 25 naira for transfer fee. You are also going to be charged 1 naira 88 kobo, 7.5% VAT. You're also going to be charged 4 naira SMS notification. And the total cost to you when you send money, let's say you send 1,000 naira, is going to be 80 naira, 88 kobo. Do you understand? That's the minimum. If you send 10,000 naira to anybody, so they will automatically take 80 naira and 88 kobo to cover all these charges from you who is sending the money. Now, to the person you are sending the money to, they also have some taxes to pay. So they are going to be charged, if you send them 10,000 naira, okay, the government, the bank is going to charge them a total of sorry, they're going to be charged there 54 naira. And this is how. So they will be charged stamp duty, which is 50 naira. They will be charged SMS notification that somebody just sent them money, 4 naira. So these two is just what they will pay if you receive money from anybody. You understand? And remember, the stamp duty is pretty much like a 0.5 as well. You understand what that means, right? So it simply means that if you are sending the minimum of 10,000 naira, that is when you get charged 54. I mean, if you are receiving 10,000, they will take 54 naira. Now, you see, this money may look so little, tiny. Like I said, the one that they call the cyber security levy alone is going to make 3 trillion naira for Office of Ribadu, just for him to say he's going to be monitoring you and what you are doing on social media if they are a threat to national security of Thiefnubu. So that is like opening a shop for Ribadu or anybody they are appointing to that position. 3 trillion cool cash, and it can be more. And this is also the office that, if you go and look at their budget, there's over 200 billion naira budgeted for the same Office of Ribadu for national security. They have the same similar budget that is over 5 trillion naira for defense to fight Boko Haram and to stop all of you from ever thinking of standing up to stage a protest. Remember these guys? How many of you remember this guy?
But we are on the path of Bat Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but we are bound to vote for Bat. Habi Gengosi Habi that. We won't allow autocrats. Aṣíwájú Jagaban meritocrat, debat. It is time to vote non-rat. I can be debat through Democrat. He is needed like a fat. Let's give him free via. We say no to plutocrat. Homo olodo de aristocrat. Debat. We are on the prayer mat for Mr. Bat, and that is that. Bat is needed, not the brat. We call on those he baby sat. We give no room for shit chat. Oluremi's husband, the technocrat, debat. Please part the frat for the bat. Remember him in your solat. Bat is needed, no pocket. There's no space for tit tat. Do take over habitat. For Lashadi's father, the Democrat, debat. Unlike Pratt that shot and spat in politics, you are not a sprat, friend of all and diplomat. We want you, Father Bat. Fragile header, we won't slat. Olushe's daddy is not a twat, debat. Worldly famous like a sat, universally, you are never flat. Fearful idol, they can swat. Bola Ahmed is slat. The gold with full carat. Homo Abibatu, Mr. Format, debat. Visionary leader, we will foot bat. Confident leader, we must for bat. We need capacity, we shy for bat. Master strategist, how we foot bat. Political oracle, how we foot bat. Administrative guru, how we foot bat. Straight to Aso Rock. Bat.
Nuisance lele.
You remember him? Now we're ready. Now, is either you are a criminal. Listen to this. Oh, the only people that you will see around Thiefnubu, no matter how fanciful they dress. Do you get that now? They are the following people: career criminals or intending criminals, okay? Drug dealers, money launderers, human traffickers, treasury looters. Do you understand? And when you now go a little bit further, you will see lunatics, people who are like walking dead. You know what I mean? They are appearing like humans, but they are no longer like humans, as you will see. People who are supposed to be in rehab, receiving serious medical care, they are mixing up with everyone. And since it is a democracy, you would have to coexist with them. If you see anybody who is saying, I am APC, but I'm not like them, is lying to you. You have to have it in you. You have to have that inhumanity in you. You have to have that shoko, mental grace. Do you understand? You have to be in a different metaverse or another world. And that is what exactly they have succeeded in achieving.
If we reduce the purchasing power of the people, we can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do in the.
So today, they are now trying to make you believe that if things are tough now, it's because Thiefnubu is trying his best. It's not trying anything. You are listening to lunatics, very sick people, very sick individuals. Some of them are not living in Nigeria. I am talking about people with dark souls, souls that you can't imagine exist, thinking that you can never imagine that any human being can actually really, really think like that. And since it is social media, or did that we receive, and that is why you will see all their trolls telling you that if you cannot pray for Nigeria, then leave Nigeria alone, as if to say you are holding Nigeria. If you don't break it up, break this chain, break this limitation, if you are still hoping and, like I said this afternoon, huffing and puffing, whoever or those who are going to be left, I hope they will kind of have enough strength to pull it through. Because what you are going to still witness in that contraption, I know be Babalawo, I know they see vision. I just have to put 1 and 2 together. You know what is called farming? No be farming of going to farming or farming. It is the time that not only the starvation, hunger, people will be dying like flies in Nigeria. The collapse of the healthcare that you're also watching. You see, by the time these guys are done, I don't think they will be done before you are like probably explode. This is going to be something you've never witnessed before in your lives. Because right now, you see all these taxes you are hearing. Now I'll tell you what will happen. Okay? What's going to happen is that everybody will begin to add that is 0.05% to their service now. If the bank is going to take the money from them, why not Kuku take it from your customers? And you know Nigeria there, Abi? Should you go soon they say Nigerians they are your enemy too. Nigerians themselves, they don't like to support their fellow Nigerians. They always take advantage. Abi, which one is this thing? Last week we bought this pencil, we bought this pencil for 1,500. Something we used to buy for 120 naira. 1.5. Why are we like this? This is why you are going to be like that. Your landlord, everybody would have to add their own jara. You will pay it. And you see those who are telling you to be patient, I remember I shared this joke, which is pretty much like a real life thing, right? How many of you remember that that Sabinus video that he went to a restaurant to go and eat, and he didn't really have much money, so he just ordered for a soft drink. While he sat there trying to have his soft drink, which his money could afford, this guy who was wearing suit and tie was seated next to him, and then he was like, "Hey, what is wrong with you? Is that how you're going to have this, for lunch?" And Sabinus was like, "Yeah, about waiting my money if you buy video, so I know they do pass my. Come on, my friend, don't you like wine? Don't you want to eat something nice? My friend, come on, take the menu and order anything." And Sabinus was like, anything? Yeah, come on, go ahead and order anything you want. So from somebody who had just maybe 1,000 naira for soft drink, he ended up ordering some delicious, sumptuous meal, including some exotic drinks. And the guy sat there, was like, "Is that enough? Don't you want something more to wash it down, like, red wine and all that?" I said, "Oh, God will bless you. Hey, thank you so much." So he ordered, and they came back and they said, the waiter came with the bill. And he was like, "There you have your bill." "Oh, God, please don't disturb. That man will pay. Don't disturb me. Calm down. What is wrong with you? You don't even have any respect for rich people." Kind of like Sabinus' way. He was very kind of like a big man. And I was like, "See, I just want you to know that the bill is 800,000 naira, sir, for all your bill." He said, "That's okay. Just give it to that man there. He will clear the bill." I was like, "Which man?" I said, that man over there." I said, "Which?" Then they put on the camera to the man who asked him to order food. Baba Napata, the guy wear under suit, pata and socks. Then he's wearing bathroom slippers plus one-legged shoe. So Sabinus saw suits and tie. And he just automatically felt like that must be some like rich gentleman. Ran into trouble. And you know what happened? The guy didn't even have to say anything anymore. The madman didn't have to say anything anymore. He just stood up. As he stood up, Sabinus looked at him like, so the madman I listened to telling me to do what I like, I should not worry. That's exactly what it is for most of you that are engaging Thiefnubu's defender or APC defender on social media. In the morning when they are hungry, they may scream, "I regret supporting this Thiefnubu. I regret my life." And all of you will go there and say, "Oh, it's true." You see some other words there too. "My brother, it's true. Honestly, I thought this Tinubu would be different too. And I supported it because it's Yoruba." They will be talking to themselves now because they are hungry. Once they manage to get something into their bellies, right? In the afternoon, you go there and say, "Man, this Thiefnubu's government is the most useless government in Nigeria." Person will cry this morning, like you just did, right? We jump there. "What about your father? Is your father not useless?" All these people, all of you who just hate Nigeria, God will punish you. Thiefnubu will succeed. Thiefnubu will succeed in Jesus and say, "Sherry." That's exactly the story of a madman at a restaurant that asked Sabinu to buy food. And he didn't have to say anything after. A lot of you, if you see some of these queries that are engaging you on social media, if you see them in real life, you probably will be like, "Oh, I need to go and check myself up." So now this person, these people who have never possibly touched any real money because they've never done any real jobs in their lives. These are wretched of the wretched who are already mentally deranged. And they are living in their world. So if you, that seems to be comfortable, started complaining of losing your business or losing this or that, they've never had any. They don't know what it feels like to put something together like that. They will pounce on you. And begin to say, "It's because you hate Nigeria or because you hate Thiefnubu and all of that. But, God will, Thiefnubu will succeed." They killed one of them in Kaduna today, by the way, where they were fighting for petrol. Now, everyone is talking about extra charges. They seems to have possibly moved on, buying their petrol, a liter of petrol for 1,000 naira, 900 naira. They don't even have anybody to complain to. They are still being killed. This one happened in Kaduna.
They care our children. That's why we invest. May federal government know what they go do. If not, so we go lock this police station. Then we go to self oil again. Because of that, may they respect their life.
Yes, officially, we were in this police station this morning. The policeman took his rifle and cocked the gun, and he officially did not remove it from safety, and he fired, and 2 children went down. And recently it happened with my senior brother. He was passing, same policeman shoot him at this same police station at this spot. He's dead now, and the police station did not do anything. And we now, the youth of this community, we are out now because we are not going to agree. We are telling the government to help us to fight for our rights, because this is injustice. The first time when it happened, we wanted taking the police to the court, and the government refused to even agree with us. So now we want the government to help us and fight for our rights, because this is injustice.
I was called by a DSS now that what is happening in my community, and rushing down to see what happened. I found all these people shouting and yelling that 2 of them has been shot. I have actually checked into the issue. I found out that it's a little mistake, but mistake should not keep occurring. If it occurs, always is no longer a mistake. I think not up to 2 months now, one of my boy here has been shot dead and confirmed dead and buried. So I want to state that this should not continue. If the police cannot be taking responsibility of their job, we know what arms handling is all about. You take caution in handling arms, but if you cannot do it, it means you have lost it. So for this to keep on happening, I think I want to call on the removal of police from this place. If need be, the community people that are able to do the security job here should be given the power to do that. Not police that will come and be taking their life out of them.
What really happened? Those children are not. They did not steal. Those police. As for me, I would to the government to advise ARN to stop those police from coming there. Not the first one. Not up.
What happened here today is that we saw some very, very tender age children from our area crying. So we approached them. What's happening? They told us that it was this mobile police from this area that shot a gun. And we don't know what exactly who injured the boys, but we saw blood on their body. So we decided to come and check what's happening. Before we saw that it's a police officer that misfire. And this is not the first time. This is the second time this thing is happening in this community. We want the federal government to intervene in this issue. If not, this police station, the way you are seeing things now, can set this place on fire.
They will burn the place down. That is if they have not already burned it down. 2 kids got shot or got killed by what is described as police misfire. So the true story there was that they said the policemen, they were trying to scare the crowd away. You know, why they are trying to like chance their way in themselves. And in the process, he did not put the safety of his gun on while he was trying to say, hey, move. A police officer using gun to do that to a civilian. And then, bah! Everybody ran. By the time they came back, 2 kids were already gone. Not kids, like, you know. And that is Nigeria police. There has been a serious clampdown on journalists in Nigeria. This young man is a journalist with Foundation for Investigative Journalism, FIJ, Daniel Ojukwu. And he was kidnapped by the Nigerian police on the order of the police IG. Then he was taken to Abuja from Lagos. And they said it's simply because of their media reports on the activities of the criminals inside Thiefnubu's government. And this is considered as too much expose. Yes, we all kind of come here to bash the Nigerian media, you know that, or the Nigerian journalists that they are not reporting this, they are not talking about. A lot of them are doing the much they can under the circumstance that is so hostile. Thiefnubu's government is the return of Abacha. That's how it has been described. In 11 months of Thiefnubu's illegitimate regime, 11 journalists have been either abducted, tortured, locked up, or still in detention as we speak. And this is supposed to be a democracy. So what Thiefnubu's people have now done is that they have now mobilized trolls on social media to start calling all the journalists kidnapped by Thiefnubu's government, to start calling them fake news writers, to discredit them. So that when you hear that a Thiefnubu that was said to be running away from Abacha, even though he was actually working for Abacha, in reality, he wasn't. He might pretend that he was running away from Abacha, like all the Nadeko guys. He was actually Abacha's henchman in the whole org. But that's a story for another day. So Thiefnubu, that is supposed to have been a victim of running from hostile government, he has now unleashed his horror. I mean, just in case if you don't know, some are already living in exile because Thiefnubu's people, they are looking at all of you, are trying to wake the consciousness of the Nigerians. You are going to be called aggressors. And as they are propagandists, yeah, they are out to discredit anyone who dare expose them. But they just can't because it's too amateurish for them as well. Now watch this.
Thank you. I'll start with the press freedom. And I think, I mean, the World Freedom Day, I think I'll leave that. And I would like to really focus on the issue of Daniel Ojukwu and the issues you raised around journalists and truly freedom. I like what Dr. Yorubas said, that one would have thought, or the sector would have thought, with a president that has a stakeholder in the media space, owning TV station, a radio station, and a newspaper, that generally he would understand what press freedom means and the importance of it, and in a sense behave accordingly, shall I say. The minister on Saturday said that, and I'll quote this thing, that nobody has, let's see, he said on Friday rather, the press briefing to mark World Press Freedom Day, I have not seen somebody in the life of this administration, for example, who has put in jail or who has gone into exile as a result of press freedom. And I dare say that the minister either was uninformed or he was blatantly telling a lie. 11 people have been harassed, abducted, arrested under this administration. Daniel's May 1st abduction being the most recent. Segun Olatuju that you discussed happened in May. There was a Kasara Chianyogolu of the Whistle newspaper who was arrested and detained because she covered the story of EFCC going after Bureau d'Assurance operators. There's Ajadu Gabriel of Daybreak newspaper who was arrested in November. There was on allegations of defamation of character, Godwin Itza of the Sun newspaper, Precious Eze, an online publisher, Saliu Ayatollah and Adiza Jaji Aziz, the managing head of Informant 247, Saint Impia Mamu, who was accused of cyber stalking, and then Abdurazak Babatunde and Lukman Bolakale, publishers of Satcom Media. And I was intentional about mentioning their names so it's not speculative. These are individuals that have been arrested over the 1 year of this administration. And I think it is instructive what Dr. Yorubas said, and maybe I'll just summarize with that the president might claim not to know, because obviously there's a lot happening in the country. But when a minister of the Federal Republic, who's Minister of Information, is also ignorant, that doesn't help. And for both of them, I think that is something that needs to be said very urgently around intervening. One, to ensure that, I mean, to your point, even if Daniel committed a crime, and Daniel being the most recent, the law says you charge someone, you don't keep them longer than 48 hours. So when officers of the law, i.e. the police, decide that they can break the law at will, and nothing happens, then this is what we get. And one of the stories, as I'm reading in this report, and this is the one about the EFCC, the officers who arrested and detained her for 8 hours confiscated her gadgets, physically assaulted her, and said they would kill her and nothing would happen. Now, this is the standard phrase when at the height of NSAS, that's what SARS officials would say, or police in general. And if in 2024 we're still having these challenges, there's a lot to be done. And I think there needs to be a very direct and a very specific action by the minister, by the president, in calling the Nigerian police to order. Like, this is just unacceptable behavior. And Daniel was apparently picked up by writing a story on a former deputy governor in Lagos State, Mrs. Adejoke Adefolire, on the contract she had given out a few days before the end of the administration while she was SA to schools for construction work, I think was the article. And that's why he's been apparently picked up. And lastly, just that distinction that Dr. Yobosa raised, in fact that I might be aggrieved because of a story, but let it go through the proper complaint, not because as a government official, I don't like you, I can get police to come and pick you up. And again, we've seen that with Erisco Foods and the young lady and the review that she did.
And if we want this democracy to grow, if we want this democracy to work, then we must subject each and every one of us to the rule of law. And rule of law simply entails obeying the letters and the context of the law, of the strength of the law. Don't try to use your power to muzzle people. If we do it, we will end up making this place look like a banana republic. I think that is it.
Well, Dr. Biarere, I get your point that there should be a sunset clause with regard to...
Let's leave it at that. So talking about, press freedom in Nigeria, it is a mirage, okay? And of course, to those who are their victims, those that will be the would-be victims, we are all going to be victims eventually. That is why we said if you don't stop these rogues and these criminals, if you don't kill APC will kill you one by one, including you, the voluntary slaves. Right? And I think that's what Shore will say too.
Young people who want to aspire to be somebody in life must fight for it. These guys are not going to hand over power to you on a platter of gold. It's not possible. That's why Obasanjo at the age of 80-something is still telling you who to vote for. You should be the one who is telling him where to spend the rest of his life, You are not. It's not supposed to be dictating to you. But because you have surrendered your personal sovereignty to them, and they love it like that. They like the confusion. They say, they hold a meeting and say, don't mind all these young people. Go and bring the person we want, because they don't know what they are doing. And they say it. They say that you don't know what you are doing. Even Obasanjo said it recently, that until the youth of this country rebel against the system, they have no chance of making progress. And that's what I'm telling you.
No chance. That is what will take us to River State. APC, Egbekegbe have issued a directive to the River State House of Assembly that they should go ahead with the impeachment of Kubara. I'll come back more. I'll come back with more on that. There's also a bit of a follow-up that you should be aware of. That is on this main day's demolition in Maryland. The impression given, again, was that these people were building land on, or they violated the government master plan and all that bullshit, right? Well, who's going to confirm if your document is original? If there is already a foregone conclusion about you, and you presented a document given to you by government, and suddenly they're like, no, we didn't give that. So we'll just go ahead and demolish. Just a bit of a follow-up as extra info that you should know for those of you who have been showing interest in the matter. Watch this part and this engagement.
Did they use the word construction? Let me open the door. No, did they use the word construction or not?
That's what they want.
Have they done the construction? No, they want to do the construction now.
Let me open the door.
What do you mean?
It's so. Having critically examined the whole file, it was found that the applicant had executed all perfection to his possession and titling of the property involved. He had applied to Ministry of Environment, Directorate of Drainage Services, and obtained drainage clearance certificate dated 28 December 2007. See page 20. Deed of assignments registered as number 12, page 12, 2218 and 2525-2280, dated 29th January 2007, were executed. See pages 12 to 11. Development permit number D. No, I'm just. Sir?
Lagos State government.
This is a Lagos State government. Sir, this is a Lagos State government.
This is a file.
This is a Lagos State
document. Oh, I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, even though
Continue your conversation.
Okay, no problem.
Somebody can talk about this is a file document.
So he said it is. You did get that? It's like, okay, right. But yeah, where did you get this? Where did you get this? It's Lagos State government documents. Look at it from the Ministry of Land. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But they still went ahead and demolished the entire place. See what it looks like after the whole thing. And guess what? More than 80% of the houses demolished there belongs to the Yorubas, if we have to use that demographic to describe. Yeah, they are mostly Yorubas lands and homes and all that. But watch this, at least.
So we're here at Mendy Villa, where we're going to get information from the residents that have been affected and to actually understand what really happened here, because there are so many different narratives that are being pushed out. What we understand is that this space has been in existence for almost 20 years. All the documents, legal consents was gotten from the government, and they actually are not built on the canal. Their fence is not on the canal. Now, when you look at all the paperwork, deed of assignment, and the idea that notifications were given by the government without any evidence, because all the residents here are saying they never got notified. Individually, they were given the bills for the bills for land use charge and all of that, but they were never notified about any of these things. I've probably been living here for over 15 years, right? And this is where we talk about empathy, right? Physical planning was involved in ensuring that this place was built properly, right? And if people have lived here for 15 years, Governor Fashola has seen this building, there was no problem. Governor Ambode has seen this building, there was no problem. They've gone to court, they've gotten rulings on this. How come, for a government that claims continuity, why is it that for 15 years the government has approved of this, and then all of a sudden another government comes and wants to destroy these things and not even give people enough notice to be able to get their things, and there is no consequence to the government for this kind of aberration? There have been no conversations about compensation. These people all have their legal titles, their global COO that has a governor's consent. So on what basis will this kind of violence be done against citizens, right? People that are retired, people that are now going to start considering how they are going to be able to build themselves up again. Right? It's extremely heartbreaking to be here and see this level of destruction, and it goes back to what I say, that we need a government that has empathy and has love for the people.
This is why they hate him. Because many of his age, they are fighting to be local government PA to local government chairman, or PASA to governor. That's why they hate him. To them, you see all those things he mentioned there. Most of these houses you see in Lagos, these were houses for pensioners. Some of them ex-workers, like civil servants, people who built some of those houses followed all the government's direct. I'll show you now. For those of you who sabi look at who can look at official map. Take a look at this. This is the Mende Estate Villa. You see that red spots? That is where was cut out for them, and it was stamped by the government, and that's exactly where they built all their stuff until these guys came and said it doesn't really matter anymore, and they demolished everything. These were homes so many of our own supposed aunties, uncles built to retire in, and they are now in their 60s, homeless, all because, and that is not even like anywhere bothering anyone who is Abobaku. They are more interested in that guy possibly going there. To them, he's taking advantage of it. What's your business there? Are you trying to make people hate the government? Should people that they destroy their properties because of politics? So are those ones going to be happy with the government? So they used all their trolls, they used all their bid. They were paying people to say these guys built houses on the canal. And when they showed this document to the commissioner that is demolishing their houses, you know what he said? No, I don't think. But this is a Fashola Lagos State government approved plan. No. We have to demolish everything. Because the order is to demolish everything. We don't want all these Igbos there anymore. And in the process of trying to destroy the Igbos, they are destroying the life investment of our people, turning them homeless, and then telling you that they are doing it for the sake of Yoruba land. And you believe them. Odelo Yawiri. Let me give you another example of how to know that lunatics. Number one, mad people. They run Nigeria right now. And Thiefnubu had them in abundance. Listen to their Minister of Health.
How would you describe the state of healthcare in Nigeria?
Thank you so much, Charles, again. Let me clarify and redirect this to Nigerians. Nigeria healthcare system is no longer in crisis. We have a president now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that believes a healthy nation is the core to harnessing our biggest asset. And that biggest asset is our human capital. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done so much for us in the healthcare sector. We've pieced in together, we're overhauling, rejigging, and we're developing our healthcare sector in its entirety.
So it's safe to say that it's still in crisis, but you're working to get it out of crisis.
It is no longer in crisis. Unequivocally, our healthcare system is no longer in crisis. And let me tell you several reasons why that it is. If you look, we came in, there was a big problem about Japa syndrome, people migrating out, going out of the country, that we have crisis in the human resource crisis. Well, what have we done? We've attacked this in multiple areas. We have a multifaceted approach. We've increased the number of people enrolling in schools, healthcare institutions, studying medicine, pharmacy, medical laboratory science, and all over. So we've doubled enrollment. As we're doing that, also in nursing, we've increased. From when we came, we inherited about 25,000 students were enrolling into nursing school. Today, we have about 68,000 students enrolling in nursing school, and before the end of this year, we'll be enrolling about 110,000 students in nursing school. Remember, we have a population of 220 million. Mr. President has said it over and over. We have to leverage this increased population to our advantage. We need to produce more, overproduce. We know people will go, but as we produce more people will stay. And as we now continue to fix our healthcare system, people will come back, and we're beginning to see that. People are now reporting all the bright spots in our healthcare system. Today, We have reverse medical tourism. Go to Lagos, go to the hospitals in Lagos. People are coming from India, from sub-Saharan Africa, even from Europe to come and get health care in Nigeria. Getting surgical operations are cheaper. Today, you'll be glad to know that today we have almost 900 aesthetic offices, hospitals all around Lagos, all around Nigeria. People are coming to get plastic surgery.
Is that people in the private sector or the people in the private medical sector or people in the public sector?
People are coming even in the public sector. Go to Loot today. A cancer center, the National NSIA Loot Cancer Center, has the state-of-the-art equipment, whatever you can get anywhere in the world. They have linear accelerator, they have everything there. People are coming from sub-Saharan Africa to get cancer care.
But that's in Lagos. What about the rest of the country?
And that's it. We're moving all over the country. If you see, this is not limited Lagos alone. We're even going to the rural area. We have dedicated funds. If you hear about our SWAP program, we're aligning what we have with our basic care provision fund, which has more funding now. With our development partners, we're aligning more, we're collaborating more to direct these funds to our primary health care centers. We're also directing a lot of this fund to our National Health Insurance Agency to increase coverage. Mr. President has mandated us that we should increase coverage today from about 7 million to about 50 million people who have health insurance. We're working on taking to FEC how we're going to overhaul our current National Health Insurance Agency to meet Mr. President's demand. He wants 50 million Nigerians to be covered in the next 2 to 3 years. And we have a plan to get that accomplished.
Right.
And well, beyond that, okay.
Sure, yeah, go ahead. Finish
beyond
what you're
that, what we need to know, this president.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The young people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson.
This man!
You gotta trust man, hand down. Your eyes will see what your mouth cannot talk.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The young people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson.
This man!
You gotta trust.
So it's Lamba. It is called Lamba. And that is why if you ask them to bring proof, you see that guy that is talking nonsense, that minister, pulling figures from the thin air. If you see him tomorrow and you ask him the same question, he will pull another numbers from the thin air. That is what they do. Oh, propaganda. Una go chop propaganda. Una go get belle. Propaganda langel. Why they look good though? You look so good in that your picture on Facebook. Oh, Babana propaganda langel. We have to look good. Nigerians are looking good because the propaganda is looking good on them. Are you serious? Because as it is right now, they will soon tell you that even though you are going through hell, don't worry. Continue going. They are building you a paradise at the end of it. Until you get to the end of it and realize that Konga, everlasting blaze of fire. I've seen that happen many times. I just don't know why people kind of listen to the Olori Brukus that told you when Bokwari was there that you should give him time. He was reforming your Nigeria. It was blah, 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 blah. By the time it was done, many of you have ended up in poverty. And that's exactly what Thiefnubu is working towards right now. Okay? It's not just the 0.5% worth of you. You know, there is also another one called the Telecom's tax. Do you know that? That one, you won't hear them. That one at 3.8%. Casuals up with 4%. You know what that means? You don't know, I'll tell you. When you buy 100 Naira recharge card, how many gigabyte data do you get? I don't know it, I won't know. But let me assume you get 1 gig. No, maybe 1,000 Naira, you get 1 gig. Eh? So now MTN and the rest of them would have to add these two. So what that means then is that if your 1 gig used to last you, your 1 gig used to last you to watch a 1 hour video, what will happen next is that you would have to use your 1 gig of 1,000 Naira to watch maybe 45 minutes video. Because you see that remaining 15 minutes, they don't pay them to Kolu because Kolu want to take a loan from World Bank. $750 million loan. Do you even know what they want to use the loan for? Do you? Do you know that he wants to listen to this one? The World Bank and IMF, both of them are packaged together. At least $4.5 billion that they want to give to Thiefnubu. Remember when Kadobi and your finance minister were in Washington, defending their policies and all of that? I showed everything here. Remember, they were with the World Bank guys. So they packaged up, but there are some things they would have to do before they can start giving them their money. Okay? So part of them is that they need to increase tax. They need to increase income. Nigeria need to show that they can make more income. And since Thiefnubu have no idea of how to create wealth, the best is to tax you. So to unlock $750 million loan, there are generations yet unborn who have to pay. Then they have to tax the generation alive now, you. So you have to pay more for your phone calls and everything. There's a way the technology will work. Don't worry, you still have 1,000 recharge card. Okay? You still load 5,000 recharge card. It's not going to be 5,005. No. It's going to be 5,000. But at the usage could tell. Say, I mean, now, it's a 20 gig is finished in 2 days. What kind of a thing is this? Well, welcome to Thiefnubunomics. As it is hot. Mokuna de film on your mandate. Yeah? Jagaban.
Yes, sir. In the Chief of Staff's office. Well done. Very nice. I'm glad to see this.
Oh, very nice. In the office of the Chief of Staff. Very nice. I'm happy to see this. Because the recent directive right now is to make sure that they get rid of Fubara. And ladies and gentlemen, it is because of this statement. You heard it. Hear it again.
People, this group of men who claim that are assembly members are not assembly members. They are not existing. I want it to be on record. I accepted that peace accord. I accepted that peace accord to give them a floating. That is the truth. There was nothing in that peace accord that is a constitutional issue. It's a political solution to a problem. And I accepted it because these were people that were eating in my house. These were people that have helped pay their children's school fees when I wasn't even a governor. So what is the thing there? Yeah, we might have a division, but I believe that one day we could also come together. And that was the reason I did it. But I think it's according to a time when I need to make a statement on this thing. So that they understand that they're not existing. Their existence is me allowing them to exist. If I de-recognize them, they are nowhere. That's the truth. So, I want you to see the sacrifice I've made in the cause of allowing peace to be in our state. I can say here with all amount of boldness, I've never called any policeman anywhere to go and harass anybody. I've never gone anywhere to do anything against anybody. But what happens to people that are supporting me? They are being harassed. They are being detained. There is no week that somebody doesn't come here with one letter of invitation for trump-up charges and all those things. And in the face of this, you use the word. And why I'm saying this is because of what my senior said here, restraint. I don't think the other party has shown any restraint. I am the one that have shown restraint in the face of this thing. I'm the one that is badly heated, even when I have all the instrument, government instrument, to cause disaster. But why would I do it? This is a relationship that you eat together, you drink together. Why would I forget?
So, there is more, but there's no point in replaying all of that, okay? I already addressed that this afternoon before I heard that they have given the APC, Egbekegbe had given the directive that Fubara must be removed ASAP, and the federal government will support them. So, we are now waiting for the show to kick off. The last time they attempted to impeach him, the entire House of Assembly, the entire chamber of the House of Assembly was bombed and currently under lock and keys. So that means there's going to be some dramas to look out for, Niabi. So you should pay attention to that. Still in the same river states, at least that we are there. So let's kind of stay a bit, all right? So here is what the supposed NAFDAC found. It's called unregistered bakery. Look around. And I know that this is something that is not new to a lot of you. If you have been to bakeries in Nigeria, so unhygienic, right? But yet, some of us survived anyway.
Look around you, except for they quite interested, and I don't know about all right, so now what she said, she's good and she's fine. How true is this? Every time we tell.
What's the name? The Flourish. The Flourish? You said your name?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday in case you don't know you got the song. But in case you also run from song, you can move to Dubai.
Illegal bakery. We don't give a damn about cleanliness, hygiene. I bet you there are tens of thousands of such scattered all over Nigeria. So yeah, that was NAFDAC going after them, as you saw in that video. So when we leave Delta, we decide to, we leave Rivers and we decide to stop at Delta somewhere. Here is the news I found around the place. A young man has been arrested for killing his own lover, sugar mommy, because of 100,000 naira. Now this is his story to the police in Delta. Watch.
What is your name?
Na Poveta.
Akpaveta who?
Akpaveta school.
You are from where?
From Ugele, Towodo.
Okay, the woman, Glory, Akpaku, who is she to you?
Okay, it's my friend for breaking them.
What kind of friend is she to you?
Okay, with the in the say sometimes in the comic, sometimes no call do some kind of things.
Don't waste my time. What kind of friend is she to you? You get what you tell us before. What kind of friend is she to you?
At the last time.
You the last time?
At the last time, and say make I gather money for your hand. Say if you do finish, you go give me the money. When the time when you start telling me the money now, you not call give me the money. You call verse.
How much be the money?
100,000.
Oh yeah, continue.
You call verse. If I come, verse go inside before I call waka command. You call come back for early morning around 4 o'clock. Say make I cut I go market. I come see maybe he go tell me say make I maybe before he go come for market maybe he go give me the money. And I thought okay no problem. As they go now I come say that's okay. I go tell you pikin. He say okay if I tell you pikin. You no go give me the money again. Then can call destination waka follow and go front. Those of them can call using knife. What they want to take body and take shook am.
Okay, at what point did you stab her? When she was already going?
When they going?
You stab her from front or from back?
Now two neck I take shook am.
Was she backing you or facing you?
You not facing me, backing me.
You stab her from back. How many times you stab her?
3 times.
3 times. Where and where and where?
Neck hand and belly.
You stab her for neck, for hand, and her stomach. Okay. So how do you feel now?
I call the regret.
How many children do you have?
Only one.
If somebody tell you say somebody do this to your pikin, how will you feel?
I will feel
you will feel what?
I say na devil work.
Na devil work. Okay.
Nuisance lele.
See, na devil work. I hope all of you single women or single mothers, even married women who are a little bit, be careful. Be careful. As it is in Nigeria, you have a country where, it's a country of mad people as we speak right now, where people can do a lot of crazy things. Just be very careful. And if you are traveling in any part of Eastern Nigeria, okay, and you do not really like all those police checkpoints, right? So from the news, you said that the Thiefnubu's government, they have renovated the rail line that passed through the Eastern Nigeria. It's a single one, and they have put coaches on it as well. If you don't like police harassment on the streets, would you like to kind of hop on this? Would you? This is to, number one, there's something I want you to see in this, okay? Remember I've told you before that this is a fact, a researched and verifiable and verified fact that in Nigeria, since 1970, after the genocidal war of Nigeria governments, successive governments in Nigeria, they have not carried out a successful project, not single project of the federal government of Nigeria has been, started or completed in any part of Igbo land in the last 50 years. Shocking? Maybe not shocking. Yeah, you've seen a few places where they will say, oh, they are upgrading the railway. They taught them to dual carriageway. Oh, they are buying new coaches from China. They are borrowing money in your name as Nigerians. So everybody, today, Nigeria is so indebted that if they begin to share the debt of Nigeria based on population, every Nigerian, including the Igbos, right, they will be owing at least 600,000 1,000 naira each. But out of all the money they borrowed in the name of Nigeria, there is no single penny of that money that has been spent in Eastern Nigeria for the past 50 years. You can go and, I'm here for you to counter me. Please counter me. Tell me any major projects that you can possibly tell me in Eastern Nigeria? Anyone? Well, anyway, there was this old rail track. Okay. So when they were looking into how to do rail upgrade across Nigeria, they did not mark Eastern Nigeria. But when people started complaining, so they decided that, okay, you know what? You even believe that trains don't go to Eastern Nigeria for years. You even believe that? Right. Now, if you don't like police checkpoints anywhere in any part of Eastern Nigeria and you want to be safe, you can choose which one. On the road or on the train, because Nigerian government just gave them one train now in Eastern Nigeria.
Na lekwa na ahụ anyị atọ na South East. Lekwe tren aka na-eyuzu na Nigeria. Ihe awa aba. Na Ọtọ. Lekwe malaga ahụ. Ihe ahụ tren a na-akpọ ịkpatara m ịkpata gị ụla ịkpatara m ịkpata gị ụla mmadụ atala ahụ ma ịkpatara m ịkpata gị na lekwa
ịkpatara m ụla. That's like saying, gankulu like that. That is the trend for Eastern Nigeria in 2024. So, and it is all intentional, by the way. I just wanted to know that. It's all intentional. And that is why I don't even understand why any Igbo person would be like hating on that idea of Biafra or so. Like, you may not even want to be part of Biafra per se, but you should never really mock it. Ever. It's unfortunate. And some of you are self-hating Igbos yourself. So I come from a place where we are very loud. You can call us any names, and sometimes, we can say, the criminals representing us, okay? The way we kind of like call them out and the rest, all right? But still, we're still able to kind of, push a few things that could give them a bit of a leverage or so. Baba, 54 years. Come on. That's so much enough for you to know that Nigeria is not for you. Nobody needs to kind of say that to you. Nobody needs to, you should just sit down and be like, oh, man, what are we doing in part of this contraption for real? Like, I'm not in your shoes, so I probably would never be in your shoes. But the little one that we are in, we are already so exhausted, and we are only waiting for an opportunity that will, that will actually really shock a lot of naysayers. Because when we finally go and come down on these roads, it's going to be something that has never been seen before. But to underdevelop a region so intentionally, and it is so hidden from the rest of Nigeria that a different rhetoric is being sold. Different rhetoric is being sold. So probably a few days ago anyway. So yesterday night, what is his name? Onofunuga Bayo, that a 70-year-old special PA on Twitter matter to Thiefnubu was on social media, and he called Peter Obi. He called him Peter Obi, and he said he's an embittered person for always condemning Thiefnubu's government. Instead of saying condemning Thiefnubu, they say he's demarketing Nigeria. So he now called him Bitter Obi. The obedient responded, as usual. You know, they are the kind of guys that if you throw them lemon, they will make lemonade, they say. Abi? Yeah? If you throw them sugar and cane, they will turn it to sugar cane ahead. So it has been between them and Bayo Onofunuga since last night when he called Peter Obi. So immediately they responded. First, they produced a cure for what they called lambaculosis, bigotry fever, OB8 syndrome, OHS, and other oral bacteria like all the bad starts. But they said the symptoms persist. And Onofunuga, a 70-year-old baby, is right here on the bottom. On the other part, so those who can't get cured by that, you can try the one on the right. So it was such a, look at this one. They said this one called beta Obi or Obi beta. They said that one cures this treatment for renewed shege, criminality, corruption, Bulaba syndrome, Ronu and bigotry tendencies, insecurity, naira dollar palava, etc. Warning, not to be sold to those who like their shege, like voluntary slaves who love it. So these are just like the obedient, like pushing back. They even designed what Beta Obi should look like. And according to them, this is more healthier and it can clean your entire system of all of the yama of the APC, including your brains. Anyway, this is just like on social media where they are all like pushing themselves and it's been like fire for fire. Then suddenly, one of the Agbadorians decided to go a little bit extra. And in that aspect, he just shot himself on the foot. What did they do? First, they decided to make a caricature ad, AI-generated ad, that is artificial intelligence-generated ad of Obi, so as to make him look God knows what, ugly. Immediately, they put that on social media. The obedient, they decided to go and look for the picture on the right is not AI generated or not Thiefnubu real image with that. Do you understand that now, right? So they decided to compare both, and to them they are like, Omo, on our design of B to be like this is even better than your ancestor, kind of. Okay, before we know it, these things happen, and there's a reason why you are watching this. Okay, just so you know that if they tell you that the obedience are dangerous, it is because they cannot be beaten by using propaganda. Usually APC, Thiefnubu and his gang, they will lie on you. They will grandstand. They will even speak lies against you with so much confidence. They will repeat it and repeat it until everybody will begin to sort of believe it. So for the first time, Peter Obi, the luckiest guy in this case, right, in this matter, has met the most organized Nigerians who are all out, fire for fire, propaganda for propaganda with APC. And because of this, APC now see them as a threat to Nigeria, not to them, or not to APC, but threat to Nigeria. And this is why. So somebody wanted to push it further to make Obi look further ugly. Decided to put a tribal mark on his face, by in return disgracing or trying to embarrass the Yorubas. Because what is this? Obi is not Yoruba. Obi is Igbo. Now you, in your effort trying to smear him and all that, you decided to smear our supposed traditional tribal marks. Something that makes us beautiful, right? Supposedly, so they wanted to look bad. You know what the obedience did? Obedience were like, okay, that's fine. Instead of you mocking the Yorubas with the tribal mark, let's Kuku make him a proper Yoruba. They put a cap on his head and they started asking their friends on social media to give Peter Obi a fine Yoruba name. All of this were kickstarted by the Abobakuso, the Facebook bandit, social media artsmen, all because, according to them, this Obi continues to expose the incompetence, inefficiency of Thiefnubu, and they want to mock him. In the process, they decided to try and disgrace the Yorubas because they do not really have any. These criminals have told you, when they are telling you that if you are defending Thiefnubu is to defend Yoruba, the reason why you have to stand up is because Thiefnubu is Yoruba. These guys don't give a damn about Yoruba. They have no single respect for the Yoruba people. Even though they are Yorubas, they have no respect. Rather, they would love to see your mothers queue up like this, collecting branded spaghetti from politicians. And they would love to see this than see your mothers, your fathers enjoy their retirement without having to beg. They do not love Yoruba. And I hope a lot of you will understand this soon enough. That is what they want for our people. And according to them, it's okay. I mean, it's okay if they steal from them, steal their future, steal everything from them and come back and give them a peanut and pennies. That is the legacy of Thiefnubu. And if it's not doing that, probably they will be busy taking people's lands. You've not heard the last of the coastal highway to nowhere. The one they hurriedly put together. It is now obvious that Thiefnubu was only planning to divert trillions of your money to their own private pockets. Because the real issue is this. If Thiefnubu genuinely want to build a coastal road, the first they will do is to start claiming back their coastal road from the water, not claiming people's lands, and going to the public and say we are paying compensation. Listen to this.
The project, as laudable as the project is described, which is expected to be a coastal line ab initio to transverse between Lagos, Ogun, Ondo State, down to Edo, Bayelsa, and routing to the end of Calabar, which is to advance our economic potentials and develop our road networks, which are infrastructural benefit for the citizen. Regrettably, there has been a missing link. The missing link is the fact that the government has not been extremely truthful in terms of the words of the Minister of Works. The project ab initio had an alignment right of way, which was initially an ab initio excised by laws of the land, especially laws of Lagos State, which are bound, and the citizens are bound by such laws at the same time. In view of the fact that looking at the historical antecedent of the shorelines from Babish downward to Epe and all the other axes, there has been a lot of incremental ocean surge, which has hit deep to over 300 meters of the preserved line that could have even given the benefit for the project. But the government did not just want to take the bull by the horn by reclamation, which ought to be their first line of duty, not demolition. The demolition exercise is a minus because it's prone the project to nosedive ab initio from the outset, because the project ought to be ruled with fanfare and acceptability. But when the government started with the demolition, picking up names and picking holes and name calling, and this must slight the entire benefit and goodwill that the project ought to have given. Most importantly, the EIA, the Economic Impact Assessment, that could have formed part of the opinion at the town hall meetings was not there. It was just like one-size-fits-all opinion that, oh, we are already grandstand to take a position. If you like, go to death or be alive. It's a do-or-die thing that the people must accept, which is not democratic in nature. And that's why I've called on the president, via the open letter to the president, that this project ought to be cautiously looked at. This project, for the fact that the project, to me, there are a lot of prerequisites as a lawyer that needs to have been achieved before today, and that is tender. If this project has followed the due process of public tender, the citizens ought to have been aware that, oh, there will be demolition, not that we just got the awareness through the resolution of the FEC, and from the resolution of the FEC, we got the realignment notice, and people wake up to see that their building, which they had C of O, will be going down without due process. And government just announcing 2.7 billion. One of about 2-3 of the properties in that axis that will be demolished is worth over 5 billion. Then if the areas the government is reserved as shanties, these are real villages, ancient towns and villages and corridors whereby people are abode. So no one should be unjustifiably denied of their right. And that is why we believe that this is our right as citizens. And the Yoruba Council Worldwide preserve that notion that it will serve as a taint. We've had the experience of government taking over community land for other benefit and other interest, and that is the Maracol experience, and other experiences are there. In order to avoid this is a huge pitfall, because on the government alignment, there have been a lot of documents that are preserved, presumably focused and being showed that there has been an alignment preserved in the Surveyor General's office since year 2006, and that document is still alive. If government ought to do anything, and federal government claiming 250 meters into whatever land that belongs to them is unjustifiably, is an injustice. That is unlawful. It is not necessarily becoming, maybe because of the 250 meters claim, and I've raised it in my opinion, that the 250 meters that they are claiming should be reclamation first. If they reclaim the over 3,000 meters or shoreline, then we can now talk about the way forward. But as at now, the president needs to exercise a lot of patience and caution his Minister of Work, that is Mr. Dave Umahi, from going into this obnoxious task. The project.
But we are on the path of Bola Tinubu, but we are bound to vote for Bat. Habi Gengosi Habi that. We won't allow autocrats. Aṣíwájú Jagaban meritocrat, debat. It is time to vote non-rat. I can be debat through Democrat. He is needed like a fat. Let's give him free via. We say no to plutocrat. Homo olodo de aristocrats, the bat, the bat, the bat. We are on the prayer mat for Mr. Bat, and that is that. Bat is needed, not the brat. We call on those he baby sat. We give no room for shit chat. Oluremi's husband, the technocrat, the bat, the bat, the bat. Please pat the frat for the bat. Remember him in your solat. Bat is needed, no pocket. There's no space for tit start.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992 when I encounter you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend and I call him my friend. And calls me my son and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Ekalo boko tubo dugare bebe. Ebikite buayima. Esi buba. This is not
as it should be. But let's leave all of that for now, okay? Because inside that same Omolodo the technocrat, somewhere in my 2 this afternoon, I don't know what happened, but I think I have an idea of what happened. It was the Agbero versus the Okada riders, and the scene was pretty much like this. Okadas they are tired of being extorted. Agberos are not tired extorting them. Then this happened this afternoon. My 12, I'm talking about my 2, Lagos.
No be small, police no one come. They go try those motor finish now. Hey!
I'm as confused as you, because I was expecting Olokadas and Agberos, but them hauling projectiles at a building simply sort of beat that narrative. But it is Lagos, okay? So yes, it is a crazy land, to put it mildly. All right, and a lot of people believe that only mad people can live in Lagos. Even the aesthetic, when you look at the entire place, like if you are living in Lagos, for example, like you will live for Lagos, right? Be honest with me. Do you actually really feel like, look at this beautiful city? Do you feel like that? Be honest, don't be saying you call the fake camo. Every time I wake up in Glasgow, I appreciate this city. I swear. And I also appreciate this country, Scotland. When I drive around, I appreciate the people who have kept the city running and all of us that are funding it. You wake day Lagos, be honest. Do you wake up and just see this beautiful city? Like if you wake up in Mushin, or you wake up in Ilupeju, or you wake up in all this, mainland, I don't want to go to island yet, because that one is like pretty much like a ghetto now, right? But yeah, do you wake up and be like, almost see this beautiful Lagos? I mean, you just wake up and be like, Tuesday again. Go face the traffic, I will go face that traffic on top mainland now. Now, and all those Bruku down for drivers now, they go soon, they do all that. And police say go day road. I don't even know how to get to island now. Now, yeah, they think. But yet, you still come on social media to come and act like you are living in a real place. Abi, propaganda lenje. We're living in a shit hole. I read this somewhere earlier and they said that almost the entire Uganda, now only percent of the entire Uganda have pipe-borne water inside their homes. Like, when I check that of Nigeria, don't ask me. It's worse. But yeah, Thiefnubu built Lagos. So maybe if you begin to adopt what this local government, newly appointed local government personal assistance to the local government chairman, somewhere in Ekiti, who have now decided to go local. Maybe some of you have been asking for this. The African Wahala, would you like this as a means of persuading the office holders, especially in Africa or in Nigeria or Yoruba land? They've started it to Ekiti. They use Ogun to swear for those who are becoming special advisor to a local government chairman. And the video has gone viral. I have a copy. It was like a swearing an allegiance to the chairman. Somebody said, what about the chairman? Is he not going to swear? It is the one that appointed them, so it's not. It is do as I say, not as I do, kind of a thing. But the idea, as much as it might have gone so viral, is to me a mockery. That's not how we do Ibura in Yoruba land. You understand that? That's not how we do Ibura taking an oath. You know, taking an oath in the shrine. Okay, you don't just hold cutlass and then you hold a book. God knows what's inside. No. So, for example, now if you want to swear by the Ogun, number one, there will actually be the Ogun, deity that's going to be right there on the spot. We have to bring it there. And we have to do some sacrifices to prepare the activeness of that Ogun. You get what I mean? And from there, you as a man, you have to take off everything. There has to be like a ring. If you have any ring on you, if you have wristwatch, if you have belt, you have to take them off. If your trouser, for example, has what do you call it? It has a rope. You have to loosen it. Whatever it is that is tied on you, you have to loosen everything. So you have to be like so free enough. Then, as there's something called the Olu. It is the metal iron that a blacksmith uses in hitting the red hot iron. You see that Olu? Abi Olu. they would have to knock it on the rest of the Ogun metals. And as they are knocking it on that Ogun metals and they begin to give it these eulogies and all that, it's like calling that spirit to come out. And once you get to that stage, you give that, you have to give that metal to that man and hold it. So you now say what they ask you to say. When you see everything they ask you to say, if you betray this trust and all of that, you should die. You should die shamelessly. You should die shamefully. You should die disgraced. Everything you have should go up in smoke right before your very eyes. If you therefore betray the people of this land by which you are swearing oath to today, right? You, like by Jason, your name, your mom's name, everything, right? You should personally destroy yourself before we even get to know. Everything that will make you possibly destroy yourself should be your lot the day you begin to betray these people. Now you have to hold it that way. When you hold it that way, right? Then you hit your head with it. You hit your chest with it. And you give it back to that person. And they'll put it back in that set of metals. You see that process alone can give you nightmares. Whether it's going to work or not, okay? That process that you go through alone can give you nightmares the moment you begin to betray the trust of the people. So to me, it's a mockery. But I would love to see originality of it sincerely. Okay? So I'd love to see that. And there are people who believe that, oh, no, nothing will happen. Doesn't really matter. Okay? We saw that and we shared it. I'm going to take a break. Then come back to take calls. Now, you see, if you are still here with me, you can still like this broadcast if you haven't already. So don't go anywhere. I will be back in a minute or two.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started. We must learn a lesson.
Thank you so much to those of you who have actually really gone to go like the broadcast, right? But we have a caller, and that's us now for the next hour. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun General Tukano Mai.
That's the Prince Jejeman, representing IPOB.
IPOB for life.
Bless you. How are
Thank
you today?
you so much. I'm fine. Are you?
I'm very well too. Thank you.
Baba. I miss People's Parliament yesterday.
I know.
Now I regret that, honestly. Yesterday was fire for fire. You know, no be small thing. It was a bomb. It
was so interesting enough that we were able to actually really have a lot of people on. And yeah, you're right. You know,
I want to thank all the parliamentarians that came yesterday. I want to thank all of them. They did so well. Especially Maxwell, African Wahala, and Soku. And this is our regular brother, Osita. Thank you.
Osita.
You know, 4 of them were exceptional. You know, and the others were very also good. I thank all of them. And our sister, the other firebrand, the one that brought Pomo for us.
Oh,
you know,
that's Cecilia.
yeah. So Baba, quick one. I see this military base that they discuss you people discuss about yesterday. You know, Africa. The problem we have is that we don't blend the past and present before we talk about the future. And without calculating the past, present, you can never get the future. You know, the first military base that they brought to us, the Westerners brought to us, we are still suffering about that military base. And that military base was the slave trade. This first military base is the slave trade that they took our people away. Today, the secondary slave trade is making sure that Africa is impoverished, and we are now going abroad to clean, do different kind of odd job. With I beg to apply you. You understand? So, so if they are bringing the second military base, they should know that slave trade is what they are bringing back to us. That's what they should know. Okay. So that's a part. Then secondly is this coastal road that they are building.
Right.
We should just know that the coastal road, one, there are 2 things involved in it. One is land grabbing, just to grab the land. They left the main road that they mapped out before. They enter people's house, people garage, and they want to build road there without notification to anybody. Secondly, is to map out the money for 2027 election and selection. Checking that, because that project, Nigeria has never seen any project, wasteful project like this. You know, a project that they will never start and they will never accomplish. You know, so our people must wake up. Free Nnamdi Kanu, that is our own. Give us a date of referendum, and Biafra
and we can decide our destinies.
We are tired of this thing. Biafra is being fought on all fronts now, just as Rotimi said. Biafra is being fought in the middle belt. It's being fought in southwest. It's being fought in Hausa land. Everywhere that there is injustice is all about Biafra. Thank you, Maiyegun General.
Thank you so much.
We must get to our promised land one day. Thank you, Baba.
God bless you too. So thank you very much, Prince JJ Mana, for that. Indeed. I want to see if I could. I think I did. Okay, I got it now. Yeah. Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly. Good evening, Maiyegun.
Oh, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Oh, well, very well. Thank you.
Yeah. It's Cecilia from Germany.
Right. I was trying to kind of figure that anyway, but how are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing great.
Are these kids to let you actually really talk?
Marion, please hold on. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. So, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yesterday was a blast, I must say, because we unlearn to relearn every day. Right. And I must say, yesterday was, in fact, it was a lot. It's mine. Yeah, that's right. So, let me just go into the matter. Like this country, or I'm not supposed to call it a country. This place is just something else I don't understand. Like nobody can understand this except the looters and the mentally deranged. I was asking myself, is this really a country? Like when 3 people are standing, like Nigeria, I mean, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or any other different tribes. The three of us can't even we can't understand ourselves.
No, we can't.
And we claim we are from the same place. You get? It's not possible for three Germans to stand and they can't understand what they're saying. No. Not even a bit. Not even that, okay, I can even hear iota. Like, if an Ondo person is talking and an Ijebu person is talking, at least you can pick one or two out of their dialect.
That's right.
But if an Igbo person is speaking now, I don't have idea. We can't make gossip about an Indian person. Yeah, you get. So I'm like, what is this? What is this? Like, what exactly is this?
It is a total mismatch.
It's just rubbish. Nigeria is not for any of us. Nigeria is for Lord Lugard, is for the British people, this for Igbo people, and their politicians that they are using, their puppets. It's not for any of us. Because I just look at it, nothing to hold on to, like, okay, as a country. Go ahead. There's nothing like Nigerian food. We have Italian dishes. We have German dishes. Nothing, you can't say this is a Nigerian food. No. You can, if they are saying egusi is Nigerian food, it's a lie. Egusi is Yoruba food. You can say this is Yoruba food. You can say this is Igbo food or Hausa food or any other food. There's nothing like Nigerian food. There is nothing like Nigerian language. Nigeria does not, so that place is not even supposed to be in existence. Nothing like Nigerian language. That's why they use their own language to tie us together. If I want to put a Spanish, a German, and a French person into slavery to work for me, I have to force them to speak Yoruba so that I won't be lost as their master. You do get, and that is what they've done to us. And when you see, when you enter a bank or anywhere else and you're speaking Yoruba, they just look down on you because automatically they feel you are Raz, you are local, and all of that, which doesn't make sense to me. There was a day I was watching a show. It was a South African show, and they were like, okay, their people from home should talk to them. It was like a reality show, you know. So people from home, their parents, their loved ones should speak to them through the screen. And they were all speaking their languages to those people in the house. Do you get? It can happen in Nigeria. Your family cannot come and speak to you on Project Frame from home. And they are like, they will drag your life on social media. His mom is so ras. They don't even understand English. How can they speak Yoruba? Is this Yoruba country? They don't even consider the other of us. Like, let everybody go their way and let us have peace.
You know, and save us from all this confusion and then identity crisis.
I mean, you get, it's like these white people, especially Europe here, they make most of us, me especially, to appreciate where I come from the more. Because Oyibo will ask you, where are you from? You say Nigeria. What is your mother tongue? English. No, I mean your own mother tongue. And you look at yourself like, oh, not true. I don't lost to. You get, because we will be asking, at least if you are okay, you should have the own. They know English is not our language. English is for the English people. You get. So from there, I started.
What is your language? What is
exactly? What is your own identity?
People have said that to
you
me,
get?
And I'm like, English. And like, no. I mean, not English. Like, what is your original language? Oh yeah, Yoruba. Okay. You are a Yoruba man, right? Yeah, I'm a Yoruba man. Right. I never make that mistake again.
You know, even me. You only ask me where I'm from. It is not for like job.
If you don't ask me what is Yoruba, where is Yoruba? So well, Yoruba is a nation that is part of current Nigeria. You know Nigeria? So
God bless you.
So I'm from the part that is part of that place.
Thanks to Chief Igbo that even started that movement, because all these things are like awareness. I won't lie. We were all a victim of this thing before. But all this awareness is really working for us. My children understand Yoruba to the core.
Now.
Because why not?
Abi?
And Arab will never, no matter how long an Arab lives here or an Indian, all their children speak their mother tongue in the house. They can speak any other language in school, but they speak their mother tongue in the house. You understand? So this whole thing. And another thing, when you now type in Yoruba, like you write something in Yoruba, or you type on the phone like Akilo Shele, something like that. I mean, when I type, I go put all the ila, the anisale, everything. Then they'll tell you, how am I able to write this thing? I can't even read it. That's not a problem. I won't even attack you yet. If you can't read it, okay, I understand. It's not your fault. You've been enslaved for so long.
The effort of putting the Amio and all of that, you know, on this our writing is could be a little bit of a job or work, but it makes the Yoruba so easy to read.
Easy to understand. You won't mispronounce what you're supposed to, you know.
Pronouncement and everything.
And you know, so and all the Google whatever, they've helped us a lot. Remaining for us to help ourselves. And then you now tell me, how am I able to write it? Okay, no wala. Then you go further. You're so local. You're so. I mean, are you mad? Are you crazy? How can I tell a German that?
Like how can you say my language is so local? Why
are you writing? What are you typing in German? You are so rad. The German will look at me if I have brain problem. Maybe they should call 911 or something. Are you normal? What am I supposed to type in? You get?
So type in English because you are what? English? Well, I'm German and I'm proud to speak German.
So should I speak English to you because you are English? You are not English. You are just the slave. Do you get? So about this whole thing, when I just sit down on my own and I reflect on all these things, I'm like, people have been rubbished in that place, but they don't know. Somebody was telling me that that's the little canoe or ship, or it's not ship, canoe or whatever it is, a boat that capsized a few weeks ago. And the person was like, even we, our own day, our body, how can they enter a boat without wearing life jacket, without blah, 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 and all of that? I let the person land. Then I asked the person, Alaye, how many times have you taken a bike without helmets, without knee guard? Oh yeah. Even you see people backing their children on a bike for years. So what does that tell you? It tells you that majority of over there, the brain is not more the way it's supposed to be, but you guys don't want to accept. So the mistake they also made on that boat is the same mistake everybody makes every day, because we are not all thinking normally again, but we don't know until we step out. Then we see that our enemy don't increase. So we don't know.
See, you know what I do ask myself, like sometimes when I look back at so many things, sometimes I just ask myself that except truly God loves me, or I was actually mad. I shouldn't have survived some of the things I survived in Nigeria. Like I should ordinarily have probably died, but I didn't. It's either God loves me or I was just mad. I survived. Sure, you get?
Yeah.
And there are people that I probably wouldn't find out if I'm still in that place, because we could just stay rough like that. We'll be rough minutes.
Exactly. Because I was analyzing something to somebody. That person claims to be a religious person. I said, I'm not a devil as well. I'm also, I love God, you know, but I don't analyze something for that person. I said, when there is a tarred road, you refuse to walk on that tarred road. Then you move to where there are grasses and bushes, you know. When you're walking in the bush, there's no how you will step on poo, like maybe dog poo, or people enter the bush to poo. Then you're walking in the bush, and you are like, by God's grace, God, please don't let me step on poo. I believe in you. You are a miracle working God. When you see road, you leave road, you couldn't pray. So no one poo. Now, when the person now go out of that bush safely without any poo, you go and do testimony. God is wonderful. He loves me. Okay, that was just luck, my dear. Now, another day, you want to walk in that bush again, like, maybe I did it before. God, please, I'm here again. Help me. See me through. And they are going. Then at the end of the day, they step on poo. And then they say, it's destiny. It's not destiny. You don't demand if you don't know. It's not any destiny. It's not your destiny to step on poo because there was road.
I know. Thank you so much. I love this.
Thank you so much. You are doing a great job. Have a good evening.
And you too. Send me word to this, little troubles. I could hear them from the background, right? So thank you. Bless you. So that's a very good one there. If you have to look at it very well there. Except people have a chance to see how things are done in other clime. Sometimes, right? They probably won't have the courage also to reject what they have no alternative to. It's always what they've been exposed to. So you have been to somewhere else and you probably have seen better, but they haven't. And crazy, isn't it? I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun, Maiyegun General.
Baba, how are you?
I'm all right. This is Sonex calling from London.
Did you say Sonex?
Yes, calling from London.
That's grand, Baba. Sonex, thank you so much. I think I've actually read a few of your comments or exchanges on that YouTube. So, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right. I've been trying to call you all this long, but no luck.
I know, but until tonight.
Yes, I'm very happy to be with you tonight.
I'm very happy that you didn't give up from calling. So thanks so much for joining me. So,
yeah, let me start by saying thank you very much for what you do. It's not easy standing up to these criminals running Nigeria. So, and I've been following you since 2015. Right. You know, and every time I need some update from what's happening in that contraption, I always come to you. I'm a top fan of yours.
And I
so
never
thank you much for what you do.
In that last 9 years. I've not disappointed yet, have I?
No. You're always on point. Anybody, anyone who loves truth, we always, hop on with your channel because this is where the raw truth is.
Thank you.
You know? Yeah. So the reason I'm calling tonight, unfortunately, I haven't been able to be lucky, but thank God I'm on today. And it's quite interesting to see what's happening around our country, Nigeria.
Honestly.
You know, and the most, yesterday got me thinking I have to call in, no matter what, I have to put off my work today just to make sure I contributed today to talk to you.
Bless you, Sastonex. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So with regards to this US and France, trying to put up a base in Nigeria, it got me thinking, and the question is, the state of Nigeria right now, to whose benefit other than the elites? Because it's obvious the common men, the common Nigerians, they have no stake in what is happening in that country, Nigeria. No. So basically, especially with the northern oligarch, the northern elite, who believe Nigeria is their property, and anybody who wants to be called Nigeria have to do their bidding. Right. So, like in terms of installing the military base in Nigeria, and which is of no benefit to the common man, because when you look at the scheme of things now, especially with the way the election went, what Mahmoud did, rigging the election for the elite, and you look at Thiefnubu, how he's running Nigeria, they don't care about the common man. The Nigeria is called for the common man, if you understand.
I do. See, some of their decisions or actions, they are affecting millions of lives. And most of the time, even when people kind of cry out, right, they still ignore them and do what they want to do. We have seen that many times. They don't care. You're right.
Exactly. Exactly. So you see the Northerners, they have this, the truth is, like you always say, the jihadists, they have their eye on the Nigerian. They believe the land is here.
Yes.
And they are laying siege on the country. All kind of the country, be it southwest, north, they are there.
Yes, and they don't care how long it's going to take. If it's going to take them 200 years, they believe at the end of the day, this entire Nigeria will be theirs. You and I won't be here anymore. Okay, our children, they may never survive them.
Exactly. So if you look at the things now, the way you analyze the issue yesterday is like, we shouldn't look at it from the prism of a Fulani man is talking because they are food. No. But if you look at it properly, the elite, the Thiefnubu and gang, they have their eyes on Nigeria for themselves.
Yes.
So if you put a military base in Nigeria now, isn't it going to be like for the benefit? Let's see, when somebody is drowning, whatever you can hang on to see if you can survive is what you can hang on to. You understand? So if the military base is going to rattle the Fulani hegemony, who believe that the Nigeria is there in their side, they are just laying seed, like what the bandits are doing. They just come and kill you and kidnap you and just take away your land. with time, let me say, with time, it's only a matter of time with their own thinking. Is either they take it now or gradually they're going to eventually get there one way or the other. You understand?
Some people said that, you know, knowing the character flaw that this Thiefnubu has, yes, so you can't trust him. If they ask him to jump like we have all agreed here, right, he's not going to ask them why. He's just going to ask them how high do they want him to jump.
Yeah.
So it could surprise us. They could give it a different name. They could, you know, any other thing. But here is something that I want people to know. Why I said it yesterday, that people should not see it as the Fulanis are scared. History should teach us something. Stonex, and I want to say this again because you brought it up, okay? History should teach all of us something, right? All of us from the South, we have always been seeing ourselves as equals with all these Westerners. We believe we can stand up shoulder to shoulder, even better than them in everything. You see the Northerners, they are ready to pretend to be of low caliber to them. So if by any means some of us start thinking, oh, the Fulanis are scared because Americans want to come and form a base, don't be surprised that at the end of the day, like the British who came when they wanted to merge the North and the South together, what they found in the North is that they are very loyal and they are very submissive. They don't question anything and they are willing to do whatever they wanted, the British wanted them to do. You get that now? But for us in the South, we are educated, exposed, advanced, and we saw ourselves as their equal. So when it was time to militarize Nigeria, they put the North ahead of it, not the South. So if anybody think this, that's what I mean. I want people to see this beyond Fulani this or that, okay? Because even they might look panicky now. In 10, 15 years, America will find out that they are very, very useful. And all they want is power. So if they are going to guarantee America's presence at their base, and all they need is just to keep power, they will make sure they have it. And the rest of us, well, God help us. That's why I want people not to see it that way. So if you are going to come out and condemn it, you need to understand why you should stand up against it. But if you want to be in support of it, you should have very, very solid reason. But if you're basing your reason on any of these, that's why I discouraged our people yesterday from that. I'm glad we are saying the same thing again today. It's deeper than all this. Okay, it's better we all stand up and say no, or we just all just wait and die.
Yeah, I see where you are coming from. Just yeah, you are right in your line of thought.
Have never been about the interest of anyone. It's about their interest. Okay, so if the North, who always want power, if they guarantee the Americans and say you can have all you want if you can guarantee us power, if we are not happy with anybody in power in Nigeria, we can use the American to remove them and put ourselves in. If the rest of Nigeria want to complain, America will stand behind us. And that's all America will do. You will only scream if we are still alive. Yeah.
Right. So the conclusion is there's no way out for the common man for Nigeria. He said that the Fulani kill us and possess our land, or if we go the other
slaves to the Americans or French.
Oh dear. So
that is why the only solution, there is a way out. So that I don't want people to think there's no way out now. Sastonex, right? The reason why all of this is happening is because the weakest criminals who are representing us are ready to sell us off at any price. All because they have access to that power. When we get rid of them, the entire establishment, these guys will be nothing. And every other agreement they sign up to, and they will become irrelevant once they have once the system that gave them that power no longer exists. So when you want to ask Thiefnubu to go, don't go out there and begin to shout Thiefnubu must go. You have to ask that the entire establishment must collapse. And until all of them resign and collapse the entire system, you won't go away. Anything from that, anything short of that is a waste of time, waste of protest.
I see. I think you are right. I think your analysis.
The establishment will continue to produce the likes of Thiefnubu, Shitty Man, and those ones, they are ready to dance to the tone of anybody. America, France, Germany, Russia, China, they will open yansh.
I swear. It's true, my brother.
But if the system where they give them that power is destroyed, you will never see any Shetima again. You will never see any Thiefnubu again. Any Buhari will never emerge again. But if anybody comes up and says Thiefnubu must go, and then who should come, and the system still remain, then we can wait to die, Baba. But thank you,
You are right, my brother. Thank you for clearing that up, because I was thinking it's like being in between the devil and the deep blue sea. You know? Together we'll let the Fulani kill us, or we hop on the military base, then see what happens. But like you cleared up, either way, the only way is to try to.
No, number one, that is our situation now. But we need people to know that there is a way out. The way out is not just to reject France, America base, or anything that has to do with all these foreign Western interests. You see, the way you remove all of these criminals and the establishment that gives them that right. You see, America, France, and the rest of them, they will negotiate with responsible leadership and responsible people, with a responsible system, instead of manipulating it. But when you have criminals, career criminals who are looking for validation, if they say Nigeria should be contributing 1 million people who are slaves for China, for America, for France, Nigerian criminals will sign the documents and tell you it's an empowerment. Do you understand?
True. It's true. They are puppets.
They will do it.
It's true. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I hope I get lucky next time, because there's a lot of yeah. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you.
God bless you, boss. Thank you.
Sir. Sastonex there, and he raised a very good convo. And some of you might think, you see, understand what is called conversational presentation. Okay, I could sit down here and be blinking like a baby, looking bored, like, oh, thank you very much for calling. You have a very good night. Hello, who is there? Oh, my name is Jenny. I say, okay, yeah, go on, go ahead. And then you hear Maiyegun. Hello, Maiyegun. Oh, Adiola, thank you so much for all you have said. So, good night. You don't want that. You want something more conversational, okay? Sometimes my callers, their participation is mainly like asking questions, and sometimes I do want to use the point they raise to further expand the conversation, to give clearer sort of a perspective to whatever we are discussing. I hope you remember that. Here is another caller. Hello there.
Yeah, Maiyegun, good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you, Baba?
Maiyegun, I'm fine. Maiyegun, yesterday's program was amazing,
Did you see it all?
Yeah, everything. It was so nice. Everybody was making sense, apart from one person. Let me not mention his name.
No, not that it makes sense, but you disagree. Just say you disagree with one person.
Yeah, it's not okay. I disagree, but a lot of people disagree as well. But it's okay.
Anyway.
So what is happening now in Nigeria, Maiyegun? Believe me, it will be for, if American base come to Nigeria, it will be for betterment of everybody. Only that it will be more costlier.
Right.
You know why?
Tell us.
Because if American base come to the north, Russia must surely come also. Either they come to rescue Biafra or Duduwa, and then it will be broad day. They will not leave America to come and take Nigeria alone now. This third world war they are cooking, they might start it in Nigeria if care is not taken. This third world war, these Western people are cooking, they might start it in Nigeria or Niger or any of these countries. But
it may not even be like a third world war, but proxy war. America, China, Russia using Africans to kill themselves, fight their war for them.
Exactly. That is what it might be. So if America come in, Fulani will be happy to welcome America, thinking it will be at their own advantage only. The Russia also will not let Nigeria go just like that without seeing the opportunity. Like if they discuss with Biafra, it will be a deal. So I think I'm seeing something.
Be an avenue too, instead of the Biafrans going or finding their way to Russia, then they don't have to. All they have to do is to just ally with, the Malians, the Guineans, the Nigerians, or Burkina babes, and all that, and a lot of things can happen. But at the end of the day, everything will still be like the proxy war, no? Because Russians won't bring Russians to Africa to fight. Americans won't bring Americans to Africa. They'll just have to say, oh, we are training these people to go and fight themselves. So it's better made.
Yeah, that is.
See, Mazi.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's better made than no come. But if they come also.
I'll tell you something there. If you look at Ukraine, okay, there are those who see themselves in Ukraine as still Russians, even though they are part of Ukraine, independent, okay? So they still have these feelings for Russia. But when the war started, whether you like Russia or you like Ukraine or not, the law says every able-bodied man must be conscripted there also for war. And by so doing, if they see you say you run away, they have the right to shoot and kill you. But that happened in Ukraine. So, and you know, that all of us are so divided. Imagine they are dragging us to go and fight the war we say we are not interested in. So it's better you shouldn't happen at all.
That is true.
You know?
That is true. But, yeah, it's true. You're right.
We hope that our wish will actually make sense to them, because you and I don't really have control over it. Because if we
that is true.
Now, they go announce them.
Yes, and again, this highway they want to build along the sea coast, along the coastal line. Have you ever seen anywhere they build highway along the coastal line? Is it not? Maybe they build road beside the coastal line, but it's built up areas.
It's not built closer to the water. It is always like, it's always like at the back end, and you see waterways and all that. It could always be your very clean beach. But
exactly, for people to the road they build is for people to access the beach.
Yes,
it's not highway. Highway, there's something is fishy. Trust me.
The anywhere you see, here, right? Let's say the highway is here. All of these buildings next to the beach and the beachfront and the rest of them, there could be another road that will leave the highway and come there, take people there. Okay.
Exactly.
And long for durability, it shouldn't be this close, but we all know why.
No, it should be like maybe 5 kilometers away. Yes, 5 kilometers away. People shouldn't be enjoying their quiet time at the beach. That they will be hearing sound of car passing the highway to start with. Why do you go to beach to relax yourself then? If these people they're really thinking good, so they know that they have their plans.
But you see, along the plan, they are going to need to build about 38 bridges, okay? And 38 bridges, right? 6 of them, they are like the size of the third mainland bridge times 2, times 3. Third mainland bridge is 11.8 kilometer, okay? Now think about 23.6 kilometer times 3. So you will build a bridge. I mean, you shall know how third mainland bridge is in Lagos now. Very long. And sometimes people say they get dizzy on the bridge because of water. Now imagine having to build 6 of that. I mean, something that is times 2 of this.
And okay now. Riveraja Bridge took them more than how many 20 years, or if not more, to build. Only Riveraja Bridge. And these people will tell us that they will build how many thousand kilometers of road, including the bridges that is there. In how many years? In 4 years of Koru, something is fishy. They're up to something. Yeah. But let me drop it here, Maiyegun. Thanks for the good job, though.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up, yeah.
God bless you.
All right,
Thank
bro.
you so much. So that's quite an interesting one too. I want to try my best to see that a lot of you who watches MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I do say something about I am responsible for what I say and how I say it. So if I say something that makes anybody upset, don't threaten me, just sue me. Okay, I have an office here now. right? You can sue me, right? And that is sue my studio. So I'm not responsible for how you understand it. But we also need to help ourselves when it comes to comprehension. Okay? Sometimes people read meaning, but your reading could be wrong. All right? And that's why I love the conversation when people raise their concern. And I try my best to kind of see how I could like make it more clearer. There are some certain things that we shouldn't look at from the prism of, tribe, ethnic, or religion. Okay? There's some conversation you shouldn't look at that without having to move away from your belief. Because if you really want to see clearly, you would have to see beyond the tribal, religious, ethnic coloration. Like once in a while, try. Emoji. Hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening. Good evening from here.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you this evening?
I'm fine. Maiyegun, I tried calling in the morning. I'm not, my own is that I'll always write things down, and I don't see the way people see it. All this political correctness. I see it like as a layman, as it is.
And I like people who see things as they are. Sure you get now. So
I'm so much interested in this issue of railway in Eastern region. You said it's railway. They built a railway in Eastern region.
They said they renovated that old track.
Renovation on that building, all of them are the same. Whether shark swallow Jonah or Jonah swallow shark, there is swallow.
I get that. Go on.
I'm so much interested there because I was born and brought up in Enugu.
Please.
Anything you're doing without railway in Enugu, connecting Aba, connecting Makodi, down to Medugri, Port Harcourt, they are not doing anything. Because if that what you saw in Aba is within Aba and Okigwe Omahia, if it's still there. Yeah, because anything you're doing with railway, leaving Enugu behind, then that person is a joker. Because when I was because it's close to my house. When I was little, it's unfortunate they destroyed a very big industrial hub there. Because those days in Enugu, every 12 o'clock night, 31st night, there's something like alarm. The way we used to have it here in Europe or in America, maybe hurricane or maybe there's some emergency. Something like that alarm. Everybody will hear throughout the city.
Amber alert or something.
Yes, exactly. Something like that. Something like that. Amber alert. That thing that every 31st night, it always there in Enugu. That's how we know it's already 12 o'clock. That thing stopped. Artisan quarters, railway quarters, recreation railway club, they sold everything. They even have Western quarters inside the railway quarter, that railway facilities. There's a very big industrial mechanic workshop where they repair the engines there, the trains there. A lot of guys, they wasted a lot of talent, a lot of old men that are supposed to pass their knowledge to the young ones. Because in Germany, you see young people trying to enroll and drive trains. You see everywhere, Straßenbahn, the main train. The same thing here in America. People, they feast their younger children, their younger ones. But these guys in Enugu, you see blacksmith there. You will see a lot of handwork, a lot of things. A lot of things was going on inside this railway quarters and railway corporation. They killed everything. I went there last year. Last year I said, let me just go and see this place. The same setting, the same building you see here in Europe or anywhere in the Western world is the same thing they built there. You ticket side, you go through underground, you come up and where the rail is. The same thing they built, the same thing. Now, when I went there last year, I was there. I saw a lot of damages where somebody will just wake up in the morning and tell you, there's a roadway renovation in Eastern region. It's a big lie. That person is a joker. Because what I saw in Owi Road last year when I went there, I just said, let me go and see this roadway. Because those days we are small. We used to pass through that place. I went there. I did not see any rail. Again, everywhere, just bush. Everything, all the coaches, nothing is there again. So when somebody he said it's not connecting Enugu as a renovation of railway in southern eastern Nigeria, that person is a liar. Now let me tell you another thing that place used to be. Those days, early in the morning, all these old women, they will bring their vegetables. They will bring a lot of food stuff in the morning, all the way from Omaya to that place. Things are cheap there. People will come and buy things. Then there's a lot of stores, kiosks there operating. People are having their shop. Their business are going there. Those days when we are little, everything, they killed everything. Now somebody will be telling me, he just came to the radio station and said, I renovated railway in Eastern region. No, that place, they used to... It's lies. So then another thing is that yesterday a lot of people were disagreed with one statement there. It says we don't want to mention the person's name. People should not disagree with him because it's like pushing somebody that when Mazin and Kalu was shouting, insulting people were thinking that this is how this guy was. Because when you go back to his history, you will see in London where he was also protesting for Nigeria.
That's right.
Where he was standing for one Nigeria. But something went wrong somewhere. He said, no, I'm not going this way anymore. It's better we do this or this one, since they are not hearing what we are saying. Then when he started the journey of this IPOB thing, he started talking like preaching. Later, he started shouting at people, talking as if insulting people. And that's how it's supposed to be. So when this guy mentioned that it's good for militaries, for American-based this military to be in Nigeria, so that Nigerian soldiers, because he was once there and he's also a soldier in America. Now you say, because for me, I understood that he was talking the part of the benefits, the soldiers, how they treat soldiers. Not these soldiers of Nigeria, they will go and spend their life in the bush. They will not see the transport money to come out to go and visit their parents. Not like our soldiers, they will give them pass, and policemen will disturb their brother. When they are rushing to go and clear their brother, on their way going there, they will not make it home again. The guy died. That was 3 weeks ago. One Yoruba guy, he died. He's a soldier, So what he was saying that is that let the military come so that our own military, we see how military is supposed to be. So that maybe that thing will ignite them to do the revolution, because he was saying that the revolution will be better when it starts from the military. And maybe I believe I concur with him, because our military, our security men, as I used to say it, I cannot be hungry and having my M16 or AK-47 guiding Ababio in front of me. He will sign check to the girlfriend. He will sign houses to their girlfriend. I will be there. I cannot have money to go and pay my child's school fees at home. When I get home, I will submit their gun. When I get home, my family, there's no food to eat. I will not do it. I will waste him. I will not do it. If you remember the incident that happened somewhere in some African country, that was what exactly happened. He was owing his bodyguard only $1,000, and he's buying cars and houses for his side chicks. So that one, I concur with him there. So let them come and kill us all, since we don't want to know. But I don't blame our citizens somehow, because Buhari 2015 issue was the highest problem that we are going to solve in the next 100 years.
Big error that should never have happened. Now
yes, because
it will facilitate the end of that contraption. It's already in process.
Like you said, in the next 50 years, we are not going to be here anymore. And this Buhari problem is going to still be there, because Buhari opened Nigerians, the gullibility of Nigerians to the West. That's why West are now coming to Nigeria as the last hope for them to secure Africa. So this thing we are talking now, there's no way they cannot build that in there. And if we are talking about they built it already, because in Nigeria now they have built the biggest embassy American biggest embassy, I think, in the world now. Is now already in Nigeria. So when somebody build embassy, what is military base? So it's already there. So Maiyegun, my brother, no, this thing we are talking now, there's nothing we can do except Nigerians wake up. But how can they wake up when I saw your video now? They are sharing them one spaghetti just for old men, and we are watching our families everywhere taking this insult, and one day it's going to be there. But I don't know if Nigerians can be able to do this revolution. I believe the revolution will start from the security. Thank you, Maiyegun.
God bless you, emoji. Yeah, you came prepared. That's a very, very long one there. I have another caller. Listen, my caller, hang in there for me for a second. I want to talk to my viewers because that's the problem, right? We just have to make sure that we remind ourselves, okay? We are not too many tonight, and I don't know why it is so difficult for us to at least get to over 1,000 of us that would like this broadcast on YouTube. You are over 1,500 from what I can find here or see here, right? We are Ransom. Yeah. Hello there.
Yeah, Maiyegun Baba.
Chooks, Baba, how you doing?
I do. Some way they call me Chook. I don't tell you before, so I don't like that name, Chooks. Let's say you don't forget.
I remember you say you don't like her, but I think I thought I got it wrong that time. But
just call me.
Okay. So you prefer I call you what? Tell me.
Just call me Emeka, because that Chook's name, you get the time where some very bad things when they do me for Nigeria here. So I kind of discount that. Nobody will come to tell them not call me that name.
Does that give you PTSD or something bad that you don't want to remember? No?
It does. So I kind of like this.
You need to give me something to call you. Give me some so that I can easily kind of keep that to my, and I will try my best to remember. What should I call you?
Emeka, call me Emeka.
Emeka is better. And you did tell me the last time. I'm so sorry, okay? It's because it says Chukwu Emeka, so I just picked the Chuks and just left the Emeka. So I'll keep Emeka from now on. Mekus. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Right. Even Mekus or join.
You prefer Mekus, right? Because I get one guy back there. So we'll stick to that then. Sorry about that, bro. Okay? Go on.
Nothing.
Sure.
Share propaganda la magia,
Baba, everybody think look fresh. Baba, you they look good though. Baba, thank God, the propaganda angel. Now isn't there shelf with that now?
Baba, this thing na mess up. To be honest, na mess up.
It is.
I don't go like, as in, so you don't be now where you say it's as bad as, I think it was it last week or this week?
Yeah.
When you put up that video of Akuri. Akuri they talk say
it was, last week now, though. Yeah, I think it was 2 days ago on Sunday, I think. Yeah, you're right. I said that people are already living their oh dear man. Now you let me man. Go on, Baba.
Damn. As in when I hear that thing like this, I say God. No, I not just didn't hear this guy, my light and better slap.
I tell you.
Me head correct. I mean, come on.
Okay, you will light Akuri Nigalai Abi. Have you met
now to light
the Minister of Health yet? Have you met that?
Me head. Then we'll get to that guy too, where they talk say Indians are coming, Europeans are coming.
Did you see that confidence? Did you see the confidence he's using to talk? Did you see he actually believed what he's saying? He was pulling figures from the thing here and he was dropping them there as if to see their real numbers with confidence. I fear we will fear APCO.
These guys, they as in it's strange, Papa. It's as in they not fear God, though. They not fear God at all. They not fear God. They just just see
them. Yeah, we not fear them.
I don't be scared. And then I agree with you when you say that the brain of a human being works 24/7.
Yes.
Okay, from young age, growing older, the moment you start working with or believing APC, then the brain just off.
You won't need it anymore. Okay, you should know that your thinking faculty and everything has now been, sort of subletted to other people to do for you. Why do you want to think? When Bayo or Nofunuga could tell you that there is hope coming, why do you want to waste your time thinking? When somebody already told you that hope is here.
Hope is here, nonsense. But how that madman of 70 years go they on top Twitter, they challenge people for goodness sake. I mean, they know their age.
See, Emeka, in your life, work hard so that you won't turn to 75 years PA at your old age. You need to work hard now. If you know the story of Onofunuga, those are the textbook, sort of a textbook description of people who are as useless when they were young, and they remain useless when they were old. If not, somebody will be grandpa, they do PA for Twitter for a drug dealer. It is a cheap work also, so that go become a special advisor to a drug dealer at the age of 70. That's the advice.
And then I know go come the pay bribe like how Nigeria they ask for bribe from Binance. Baba, I look this news today and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's the whole country. Tell me what's gonna happen.
On a good day, right? If Nigeria was a real place, like for real, by now people suppose don't they lose their jobs. People should be resigning. There should be investigation. Into all this, but it's just like every other day, like nothing don't happen. We're just living our lives like normal.
A lot of people are no longer screaming Yaya Bello anymore. Have you not noticed?
That is true.
Yaya Bello, remember?
That is true.
And it was like, oh, more. We want to see how this is going to go. Nobody is trying to see how it's going to go anymore. We are busy with something else.
True. So the attention span.
They call people like contributionists. Well, Maiyegun, they forget things. Let's move on. See, I said, are you mad? You move on to where? You want to move on from all this, thinking they will just disappear. They won't.
They need to disappear.
Unfortunate, mommy. It's unfortunate.
They need to disappear. Similar things will rear their ugly head, but in a different shape, in a different manner altogether. Honestly. It's just a cycle that is not going away. Unfortunately, was it not? I can't recall which Asian country or thereabout that. I think there was someone in government who was found guilty for bribery and corruption. I think she was sentenced to death. Life imprisonment.
That one happens almost all the time. I have seen them sentenced at least recently, right? At least 2-3 former presidents. They've sent them to life imprisonment for corruption. You won't believe it. They even sent one that was incumbent that they forced her to resign. They can't charge her, sent to life imprisonment. Nigerians left it. They left the WhatsApp group.
Nothing they happen. Just be like seeing a normal.
The crime scene, man.
That was why when I saw when she showed us a video of somewhere, I don't know where in Yoruba land, where somebody was being sworn in and then they use Ogun and all of that.
Ekiti local government.
Okay, Ekiti ahead. To some extent, I was like, maybe this kind of thing here.
You walk.
When I constantly say, as the guy they swear it in, they come they laugh inside. I was like, this is not bullshit, Charade. At the end of the day, nothing will happen. If you the real one, swear maybe with Ogun, with Amadi or how, with any of those days.
You get some ceremony whether they had to ram, right? It's not even that swearing, go. It is the ceremony that you had to eat alone. Sometimes if you sleep, if you just see Ogun with cutlass, somebody where they pursue you, and you automatically be that's Ogun they pursue you can't doubt yourself. Wow, have I betrayed people? Have I betrayed my people? Yes, sir. I had a very bad dream yesterday. Ogun they pursue me. You know that kind of thing, That thing that will leave you with trauma, it will traumatize you. So anytime you want to steal from people, you had bad dream, you go this thing that Ogun they pursue you. You go say, hey, Ogun forgive me, Ogun forgive me, I know they steal again, But like that one, nothing. It's a mockery, mommy.
Nothing. It's a mockery. I go on a final note, I beg. On a final note, 2 more points I want to raise before I go.
Yeah.
First one, this journalist kidnapping stuff, this freedom of information nonsense, where they talk, it's all bullshit. It's all bull. Where you say that guy on TV was saying, you know, freedom of information in Nigeria is a democratic country, blah 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 blah. Nonsense.
You're the talk.
Nonsense. If this guy, I don't know the guy's name, who brought out the expose on IB Dende, you know,
now it's
Fisayo
Shoyombo. They just don't want to okay, hang on. You see that Daniel guy, Daniel Ojuku, right? He reported the news. I reported it here too. When Adejoke Adefulure, who happened to be a special advisor to Bokwari on the Millennium Development Goals, right? So just 2 days before the end of the Bokwari's tenure last year, May, Adejoke Adefulure, Fashola's deputy governor, when Fashola was governor, remember now? So she awarded over 360 million naira worth of projects to a restaurant in Abuja, to build school, to build and innovate schools in Lagos. They didn't build school, they didn't innovate anything, but over 300 million naira was paid with evidence instead of being invited. Daniel Ojuku got kidnapped by the police IG for trying to, for cyberbullying, cyber stalking, because he wrote something about a former. You see, it's a crime scene. See, Emeka, I'll take one more before I call it a night. Okay.
I appreciate.
God bless
you. And I'll take care of your wife and your children.
And yours too. Thank you so much. By the way, okay, so much. Now, I was planning to take one more, but I think my caller just dropped, so I may not take one more then. Okay, because it seems that my time is so out too. Yes, that Emeka Ojuku guy. That's why they kidnapped him. That he reported the news of how former Fashola's deputy, former PA to Bokwari, used their office to clean the place. They didn't say the news is not true, but they are just saying that kind of news is embarrassing to Adejoke Adefulure. So police IG in Nigeria now ordered the kidnapping of the journalist. The guy who happened to be the publisher of the FIJ, Fisayo Shoyombo, Foundation for Investigative Journalism. They just didn't want to declare him wanted, but he has been told that they want to see him. And people within his organization have been arrested, kidnapped by Thiefnubu's government. Yeah. And among them is the editor, supposedly, one of the board of their directors in FIJ, a lady. He was also kidnapped, but they said he's an arrest, by the way, right? So they want Fisayo because Fisayo exposed the Nigerian custom hierarchy, the top, and their involvement in smuggling rackets. And smuggling, not just smuggling food. We're talking about custom officials, senior custom officials, smuggling weapons, drugs, with IBD, Dende. And IBD, Dende, that has been, even a video of him beating up a custom official, made it to the internet. But guess who the Nigerian police was looking for? Fisayo, the journalist that reported it. As for IBD Dende, to show to the rest of you that you are just wasting your time, this is a criminal capture, state capture in Nigeria. IB Dende was put on the flight to follow Thiefnubu to the climate change, wherever they went for in Dubai last year. So you have this saying, when you are led, when your country, when reporting a crime, say when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. Good night.
làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin ti ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.